Hey guys, just in time for the holidays, my partners over at G Fuel have boosted my discount code IMMORTAL to get you 30% off your entire order as opposed to the normal 10%. All the way until December 26th, you'll be able to take advantage of that increased discount. So if you want to snag a new tub, shaker cup, or starter pack, now is definitely the best time to do so. And now on to today's video. So, with Modern Warfare comes the addition of weapon blueprints, which are a cool take on weapon variants, and through the Battle Pass, the in-game store, and certain level milestones, you are actually able to unlock some pretty cool blueprints to use. So today we're breaking down the 10 best blueprints as of right now. But before we jump into that, if you are new here, hey, hi, how you doing? I am always covering the latest Call of Duty news and intel, so feel free to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with that stuff. And of course, if you enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And now let's get into the 10 best weapon blueprints here in Modern Warfare. So, just a heads up, I don't think there is necessarily a quote-unquote best out of all these blueprints today, as some are more effective in certain engagements than others because of their class and general stats. But between the rarity, looks, and effectiveness of these variants, I definitely think they are the best out there as of right now. Starting us off, we have the AK-47 Revolution variant, which is available through the store. So this is one that you will have to end up purchasing, but honestly it is a very unique weapon, mainly because of the way it looks. Now, what you'll find with a lot of the blueprints in this game is that they give any given gun very unique characteristics. So certain attachments will appear differently on that weapon specifically, and that is exactly what we got going on here. Now, this variant comes stock with 3 attachments on it, and for this weapon and all the others we are breaking down today, I did not add any camos or additional attachments. It is just the straight up blueprint, nothing else added. And as you can see, this looks to be a very makeshift AK-47. It's got some gauze or some bandages wrapped around the muzzle and the magazine. It looks to have some rubber bands wrapped around holding the barrel on there, and the stock is obviously not the standard stock we're used to seeing. Now, the Revolution comes with the muzzle brake, which offers some recoil stabilization, the skeleton stock for an increase to the overall mobility, and the Mo Money perk for extra XP when you hit a headshot. So honestly, this weapon doesn't change all that much. The accuracy actually decreases a small amount, and the mobility increases some, but ultimately, the AK-47 is a great weapon as is when you can control the recoil. So the Revolution blueprint is definitely a solid one to use in-game, plus it looks really cool. Moving on, the next best variant to use is going to be the CAR 98K long arm, once again because it has a really unique look to it, as it has a camo that you cannot get anywhere else that features a pretty neat wave design that is all blue. Now, the best part of this variant is that it is available through the Battle Pass at tier 55, and it comes free for everyone once you reach that tier. So you don't even have to buy the Battle Pass to get this variant, so long as you reach tier 55 by the end of the season. Now, on the long arm CAR 98K, you get the Syngard Custom 21.2-inch barrel, which increases the damage range, the bullet velocity, and the recoil control, followed by the 4x flip hybrid optic, which is definitely not the most ideal optic, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, it is what it is. We then have the hollow stock mod, which increases the strafing speed, and lastly, the rubberized grip tape, which increases the recoil control. So in the end, you get some increases to the accuracy and the range, and a decrease to the overall control. So it may not be the most user-friendly weapon with that control, however, if you are accurate, it is definitely powerful, and that camo in and of itself really makes this variant stand out in my own opinion. Next up, we have a blueprint for what is by far the best SMG in the game, that being the MP5, and this is the Sand Snake blueprint, which once again is available through the Battle Pass, this time at tier 20. However, this one is only available through the paid version of the Battle Pass. On the MP5 Sand Snake, not only do you get a custom camo that looks very deserty, but you also get the compensator for added recoil control, the integral hybrid sight, once again a very awkward sight to use, but it is doable, the F-Tac collapsible stock for increased movement speed and ADS speed, the operator foregrip for even more recoil control, and the 10mm 30-round mags for added damage and range. So honestly, this is not a bad MP5 setup at all, minus maybe the optic, but you do end up seeing increases to the accuracy, damage, range, and mobility, and decreases to the fire rate and control, meaning all around this setup is going to be very effective in those CQC engagements. Like I said, the MP5 is definitely the best SMG, so this blueprint is easily one of the best out there right now. Following that up, we have what is eventually going to be one of the rarest variants in the entire game, that being the M4A1 OG blueprint that you got last season for reaching rank 155. Now, as of now, yeah, quite a few people probably have this variant. However, as time goes on and we get into seasons 2, 3, 4, and 5, then this gun is probably going to be seen less and less, since obviously only Season 0 players had the ability to unlock it. Now, the rarity is what really lands this weapon a spot on the list, as its effectiveness is a little inconsistent. If you have good aim, this weapon is solid. If you don't, it can kinda be unforgiving. This essentially turns the M4A1 into the classic M16, iron sights and all, as it features the stock M16 Grenadier barrel, the M16 stock, a noob tube or an M203 explosive underbarrel, the 50-round mags, and the 3-round burst perk, which results in the weapon's accuracy, range, and control all increasing, but its mobility severely decreases. So if you are a patient and accurate player, this can certainly be an effective weapon to use. The next best blueprint is going to be HADIR'S right hand, which is a blueprint for the HDR, and it's also unlocked through the battle pass at tier 38. Now this is actually HADIR'S sniper from the campaign. If you've played it, you'll recognize it, and it is definitely a great setup. You have the variable zoom scope, so you have a ton of distance with this thing, the FTAC champion stock, and also the Mo Money perk. So the weapon's accuracy, range, and control increase, while the mobility decreases. Honestly, I'm not that great of a sniper whatsoever. I really tried to avoid it in all honesty. I had to really slow down my preferred pace of play to use this thing, but once I actually got a hang of it, it was basically a one-hit kill all the time if I was actually accurate. So if you enjoy sniping, this one is definitely one of the best variants to roll with. Continuing on, next up we have the PKM BADDIE variant, which is really anything but bad. Yeah, that sounded way better in my head. Anyways, this is yet another blueprint accessible via the Battle Pass, this time at tier 51, and it gives the PKM a sleek matte black look, which honestly I am a very big fan of. You end up getting the muzzle brake, the 25.9-inch heavy barrel, the operator foregrip, and the frangible weapon perk with this variant, so the weapon's accuracy, range, and control increase, while the mobility decreases. And at the end of the day, it makes the PKM even more dominant in medium to long range fights, but it is certainly not the most rush-friendly weapon in the world. So for a more passive playstyle, this is a weapon that has a great damage output with a very minor amount of recoil, so honestly, I can't recommend it enough. Coming in as the next best blueprint, we have the Holger 26 GILDED variant, which is also unlocked through the Battle Pass at tier 85. Now this blueprint gives the Holger a kind of regal camo, if you will, and it honestly makes the weapon feel a lot less like an LMG and a lot more like an assault rifle, which I'm all for. You get the 5mW laser, the Merc foregrip, the 30-round mags, the stippled grip tape, and the fully loaded weapon perk with this blueprint, which honestly is a setup that I'd find myself using on any given day, as there are no decreases to the weapon's stats. Instead, only increases show up here, as the accuracy, the range, the mobility, and the control are all boosted up by a little. And like I said, this setup makes the weapon feel very agile and speedy, and you honestly wouldn't be able to tell it was an LMG if you didn't know beforehand. Blueprint number 8 for today is going to be the Tiger's Eye variant for the Scar, which I just gotta say is probably my favorite variant in the game because, well, it's a tiger, and as you guys know, that is what my branding is built around, so despite it being a shop-only blueprint, I had to pick it up. Now, this variant gives the Scar an almost chromatic orange and bronze look with tiger stripes all across the weapon, and it comes with the muzzle brake, the integral hybrid, why do we keep using this optic, the FTAC Hunter stock, the 25-round mags, and the frangible disabling perk as well. So the accuracy and the range increase, while the mobility and the control decrease. All around, the weapon looks great, it hits heavy as the Scar naturally does, and despite the optic being a bit awkward, it is a pretty solid setup. After that, we have the Ram 7 Corruptor variant, which is unlocked at tier 99 of the Battle Pass, and it gives the Ram 7 an all white and black color scheme, which looks really clean, and it comes fully kitted with the Forged Tac Eclipse barrel, the Tac laser, the Combat Hollow sight, the XRK Close Quarters stock, and the Sleight of Hand perk. So, as you can see, the accuracy, the range, the fire rate, and the control all increase, and only the mobility decreases. And this weapon ends up being a laser in close to medium range fights, as it has very little recoil and a pretty decent damage output. So it looks good, it plays good, all around it gets 2 thumbs up. Then, to wrap us up, we have the silver bullet variant for the M13, which is another blueprint that is available through the store, but it is easily one of the best looking weapons in the game in my own opinion. The camo stands out a ton as is. I mean, it is very flashy, as you can see, and it also comes with the 4x flip hybrid. Once again, why do we keep using these weird optics? The Tac Stalker stock, that seems weird to say, the bipod, and the recon perk for its attachments, meaning the accuracy, the range, and the control increase, and the mobility decreases. Now, what's great about this setup is that the bipod attachment pretty much eliminates all recoil when you are crouching or proned. So if you can force yourself to crouch in gunfights, or if you are already laying prone, this weapon is very easy to control, and with its faster fire rates, it can be a pretty effective weapon in close to medium range fights. So with all of that being said, those are the 10 best weapon blueprints or variants available in Modern Warfare right now, and that is going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And of course, if you are new here and you want to stay up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty, including all the latest news and intel, updates and leaks, and pretty much everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when I post a new video. As I mentioned earlier, all month long, my G Fuel discount code WhosImmortal will get you 30% off your order. So now is definitely the best time to stock up on all your favorites or simply try G Fuel for the first time. Also, if you guys want to join my Discord server, that and all my other social links can be found down in the description below. Once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.